I'm most proud of myself because I achieved 95% of my sales goals. So really dang close. And I still have a couple of weeks to get there. And I made excellent money during this time. So my goal was 800,000 at the beginning of the year. I'm at 760. So exceeded what I thought I was going to do because I thought 800 was a pretty aggressive first year goal being out.
I guess I've never put that much thought into, I guess, the verbiage and how it's put together to instill some of these things. So I like that. But I mean, overall, there's just a ton of stuff I'm trying to incorporate. That's really great.
I am most proud of myself because I've been able to reach and exceed my sales goals.
I actually found a way to organize my days better. So with all the training, I found a way to organize and communicate with customers better and create more sales.
I feel like it took me more than a couple of weeks to buy in. I feel like if I would have actually started buying in right away, I could have benefited it more. I could have benefited it quicker. I could have been making, I don't know. Like I said, some of the stuff, like I wasn't catching on right away. Like a lot of it just didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, why would I say that? You know what I mean? But just after doing it, I mean, it works. So, I mean, obviously it works. So like I said, I guess I would have bought in a lot faster. I wouldn't have been as pessimistic about the whole process. I guess I would have dug in and tried a little harder right away.
What I learned about myself through this year is I can earn more with fewer stops. I was actually a leash last year.
The training benefited me the most by really giving me a process to dig deeper and ask the right questions to further understand my prospect. Just understanding, of just digging deeper than just, things at the surface.
For right around 16, 18, 20,000. And after asking questions with the customer, he had like 4 or 5 other contractors that gave him bids. And it ended up, after asking questions, it ended up not being nothing about price. He was looking for some better, heavier duty shingles. And he also wanted nobody to talk to him about changing the flashings and nobody giving those options. So I ended up selling them, instead of a $16,000, $18,000 roof, I think it was like 24,000. And then he actually did the garage on top of that. So it was another ended up being like a $38,000 roof project when he had options for 15, 16 from everybody else, but he was just looking for more. So I think asking the right questions was able to make that happen.
The leash that I'm most proud of overcoming is being bold in my communication with our customers on how we differ from our competition. When you're first out there and you first listen to people and it's your first year, into the sales, and Kevin, you're probably going to get into this, but you've been with Brad, that you're probably going to get that confidence right away. Like you have to believe in your company, right? Because you're selling rock and tape and you're selling us. So I think overcoming that leash is really, really important. And then learning how to communicate.
The leash that I am most proud of overcoming, really, I've always had a problem with this. I guess I never put any daylight towards it until kind of going through boot camp, but just understanding that your customers' objections are not with you and not take it personally. I think it's really hard to overreact emotionally when somebody is not in compliance or agreement with what you're telling them or what their objections are. So that was kind of a big thing for me to see right away.
I had a customer this year with multiple different companies to their home. They did not connect well with any of them. These companies did not ask the right questions, but I did. They spent more money with us than with the competition. And that project ended up being the most profitable one I had all year. So I was really proud of that one.
There's a lot that I didn't know. I've never had, I guess, this kind of training before. I've kind of always winged it, so to speak. So I enjoy, even though I did a lot of these things, now being able to understand having a process, I think it's probably the biggest thing that opened my eyes.
The training benefited me or my company by having increased sales and a solid backlog moving into the winter months.
I mean, it's hard. We can't all sit here and say we didn't have a little doubt when we started this because, some of this sounds, at first, it just sounds kind of goofy. Like, I don't see me saying that to that customer, or not following the process because you sound like a robot or something. But definitely getting rid of all those things right away and having no doubt and that we've already been through it, so it does work.
I am grateful for my company for investing in me through this training because I have become an even better salesperson than what I was previously.
Training benefited my prospects the most by having confidence in their decision to spend more. We typically hear price is the biggest reason why they don't, but these people did.
Price objection. I've always definitely been afraid of that. And I feel like the stuff I've learned this year I have some pretty good ammo coming at people with that, and I've been able to overcome that.
That I want to share is selling that $160,000 detached garage to a homeowner. Home's only a year old, and their original contractor that built the house quoted them the same amount for a much bigger garage, and he didn't move forward with it. But I was able to give him a scaled down version for that cost, so I thought that was really pretty cool.